Hello, it's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group. Just sharing another Myrtle Beach real estate update with you. And, I'm excited to be able to share once again that the market is extremely active. As a matter of fact, the conversation that's going around the local market is the market is hot. Now, of course, the term hot, warm, cold are all subjective. But one thing that we do know that is common in a market that's kind of dictated or described as hot is that inventory is very low and the demand for those properties are very high. So right now our inventory levels are so low that, if no more inventory came on the market, we would be out of inventory within about 3 months. Usually, you call a seller's market when the inventory level, when you have 5 to 6 months of inventory, then that's considered a seller's market. 7 or 8 months of inventory would be considered a buyer's market. So right now, it's definitely a seller's market. Sellers are enjoying high prices and shorter sell times. But let me get to a few specifics, that I think is important to look at. Number one, closings were up in the last month. So the June closings skyrocketed. Now, when we look back and we know we were closed down in April, well, and partially in May, well, when we started opening up, we had a surge of buyers come into town and write contracts. And those are the contracts that are right now closing. So the surge of buyers coming into town writing contracts created a surge in closings right now. Now, when we start to look at what's going on today, I would say, no, we're not having an additional surge. As a matter of fact, is showings slowed down in the last week to 2 weeks. The reason we believe showings have slowed down is because there are numerous states that have declared that if you travel to Myrtle Beach, because it's a hot zone, if you travel to Myrtle Beach, that when you go back to your home state, you have to quarantine for 14 days. So we're getting buyers call us up and saying, hey, look, I had a vacation plan. I was going to come down there and look at properties. I can no longer come down because when I go home, I have to quarantine for 14 days and I just can't miss that much work. So we're getting things like that happening in our market that's causing people to kind of like stay up north, not really come down for a moment, and that's showing up in less showings. What's interesting, as soon as we started seeing less showings, we started seeing less pendings, less new contracts. So right now we've got less showings. Pending contracts is kind of flattened out. It's not really growing. It dipped just a little bit. Closings have actually skyrocketed, but that's probably going to dip a little bit because pendings are flattening out. Now, I am not concerned that we're going to have a downturn or a crash of the market. The market is still very healthy. All we're seeing is just a slight little flattening out of the curves, of the sales curves, of the listings curves, etc. One thing that we do need, though, we need inventory. Now, anytime a market needs inventory, then that gives property owners leverage. What I mean by that is there's buyers that are waiting for properties to come on the market. So when properties come on the market, they tend to sell faster and for more money. We actually worked with a for sale by owner within the last week who had their property for sale by owner. They were getting some showings, but they didn't get any offers. We actually took the property, listed it for sale, $10,000 more than what they were listed for as a for sale by owner. Sold it within a week, multiple offers, and we sold it for over full price. This is actually happening. This is a real case scenario. This is not a hypothetical. This is actually happening in the marketplace right now. So if you're thinking that you might want to sell, you may want to give me a call. Even if you don't want to list the property right now and you're like, well, I would sell, but I don't want to list, give me a call and let me at least introduce your property to the buyer to see if they're interested, and then we can put a price on it and see if we can negotiate a sale. So if there's anything I can do for you, please just reach out to me. It's Greg Harrelson, Century 21, the Harrelson Group, at 843-457-7816. You can call or text me anytime. Bye-bye.